Hello.
Hello, Kristina. Are you there?
I'm here. Sounds very, very muffly. Let me just turn up my control.
Up? Okay.
That's my control. That is not your control. Ooh, that sounds better. But I think that just had to do with my headphone. Does it smell like something's burning? Or that someone's using
a little bit.
What's that vacuum thing that that we had that Mattel Toys used to make? That you'd make these little, you'd press pieces of plastic, and that was my computer. I'm sorry. I'll tell
Shrinky Dink. No.
It smells like the board is melting. But not seriously. I think we're fine. It's just very subtle. I'm having a subtle sensitivity to plastic today.
Subtle smell of electrical fire somewhere in our room.
Too many extension cords.
It could be the dude downstairs is like, planing or something. Sometimes that makes a hot smell. It's friction on wood. It does smell like plastic, though, doesn't it? If there was a fire in this building, how would we get out, Kristina? We're trapped on the porch. I guess we could go out and climb down that tree.
Probably the front. The front. It's higher up there. It's only because this building is on a slope, so we don't want to go out the back.
We don't want to go out this side.
If we go out the front, we could just jump.
What if the fire's right behind our door?
It's not going to be.
All right. We have the curtain shut, though, so how would we know?
Do you think we should open the door? We were just trying to keep other DJs out.
We never open the door. We don't want people to look at us.
We don't want any other DJs just blundering in here and disturbing our flow of, just utter
chi
inspiration. They have in the past. They've come in and we've been so flustered.
Embarrassed
of the things we're saying. We didn't want real people to be listening.
I know.
Just virtual
you
people.
Oh, blimey. It's Friday. It's Good Friday.
It is a Good Friday.
What even? No, but it's the thing.
Yeah, but it's a good one, too. It's not just Good Friday. It's a Good Friday.
Oh, it's my bad Friday just because the Bubs go and visit their dad today, so they're gone. So always that Friday. Every other Friday is the bad Friday.
I have to say you had a pretty solid week with them. I'd say
have a solid week.
You kind of packed in more than I could even imagine between,
really busy.
shooting a film and going to a place that had trampolines.
That was crazy.
How many trampolines? Like the whole place?
It was a whole warehouse. And the whole warehouse was trampolines. And the edges, which weren't trampolines, were like giant foam pits where you can jump from a trampoline into a foam pit or climb on weird climby string.
Did you do it? Or did you watch?
No, because I have a very mild concussion, so I couldn't jump. I just watched. But it looked really, really fun, and I wanted to do it.
You decided that you did have a concussion after all?
The doctor decided that it was possible that I had a mild concussion, but he was not concerned.
From the basketball hitting your head?
Basketball hitting my head.
You know...
Which is really, really lame, okay? Because I hate basketball. I don't choose to participate in basketball. There wasn't even any basketball practice going on. It was just some doofy kid who threw a basketball, not looking where he was throwing it really hard. I think he thought he was going to hit the storage tub where the basketballs were, and instead he hit my head. He just spun around quick and hucked it in it. So I got like a really hard basketball to the head.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. It's just so ironic since I hate basketball.
Well,
you know,
I got to practice so I don't do that to you. You know, because I don't want to hit you with a basketball. And my aim is as bad as that kid's. I know it.
I don't know what that kid was aiming for.
Well, you don't have to. You have. It's just a lack of coordination. Doesn't matter where you're aiming.
They're kind of coordinated though. I mean, these were like I got there early and I was starting to set up, and like they were all pretty good basketball players.
Yeah, you said doofy though.
I'm just saying that because he whacked me in the head.
Okay, it was.
I don't even know which one it was because I wasn't looking when it happened. I don't know which doofy
right. So you're not calling anybody
boy.
Specifically doofy.
No, I'm just calling teenage boys in general doofy.
Yeah, that's a pretty good word for it. I mean, it's not too insulting, but it's fairly accurate.
And they're not meaning to cause any harm, but they just haven't lived long enough to be smart yet.
Yeah, it's not saying they're dumb. They're just doofy.
Yeah,
they're on their way to being really cool.
You hope.
Just like us.
They aspire to be slacker DJs themselves.
Yes, good Lord. So
yes, and you're right. It was a really good, impactful week of stuff, and I'm quite exhausted.
Yeah,
now.
You had me on my chair like last Friday night. I knew that this call was going to be coming in on my cell phone at some point in the evening. I knew. And I was at a place where there was no cell phone reception. So I had to really psych that out. Like, how am I going to receive this call from Emily to know whether or not I'm going to participate in this planning session for the film slam?
You and I should enter independently at some point. This ended up being really incredibly tricky because we involved my family. And like, I'm actually glad you weren't there because the family fighting that results and whenever we do a project.
I would have.
That was my thing, and John was like, "Oh God, let's not make Kristina witness this." And I was like, "But Kristina is the peacemaker," but really I was thinking Kristina will be on my side and she will help me fight you, sisters.
It's true, and you know what else? What? I would have totally loved to film you guys fighting. That's
what John kept saying. Yeah. He kept saying, "This is a movie in itself." Every time we were like in each other's face, being like, "No, the aliens do not have whatever object the other one thought the aliens should have." And so,
yeah, you probably argued a lot about that aluminum foil because there was so much of it in use.
Yes,
and it's a scarce commodity. How many rolls?
I went to the dollar store and I got like 10 rolls of it, and then I also raided our own tinfoil larder because we had the extra wide kind, which I couldn't find at the dollar store.
Yeah. Well, it was an unbelievably great film that you guys pulled off.
Thanks, Kristina. It was other than the fighting, it was really fun.
We were a little worried at the voting at the end because remember how there was supposed to be voting via your cell phone, and then that didn't work. And
none of us even had a cell phone either, so that was tricky.
Well, I did mine.
That's true.
I did mine, and then I did another for my friend.
Okay.
So we had 2 votes, but then they called that off, and they said we have to do it via show of hands. And it looked close.
It did look close to me.
But I guess I was so thrilled. I was so thrilled.
I was pretty happy to win that. Yeah. I did not think... I thought, okay, we've got cute kids and, we're older. We were the oldest team, too.
It was way more than cute kids.
And so I thought, we'll place somewhere, but I didn't think we'd get first, so that was exciting.
Yeah. Well, you're a good editor.
Thanks. Myra did the technical stuff,
but you were
she was pretty good at it.
You and John. Well, I know you all contributed, but
it's hard to say who was the brains, really. After you weed through the fighting.
Yeah,
but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was great, and the kids. We originally drew. You get to draw out of a hat what genre film you get to make in 48 hours with no pre-planning. And when you draw that first one on Friday night, you have the option one time only to throw it back into the hat and pick a new one. And no matter what, you have to be stuck with the second one.
Did you argue about that?
So the first one we drew, was corporate film.
Ew.
And all of us looked at each other and said, we can't do that with kids. How are we going to do that? I can't even think of any way to do that.
Well, unless you dress them up in suits, but...
Right? I just could not think of how to make that interesting or funny. And we all sat there for a second and said, let's throw this back. And we kind of could hear what the other teams around us were discussing. And one of them had gotten film noir. And that was when we also did not want to try to do with kids. So we knew we were safe. Like if we threw this one back, we weren't going to get it again. And we weren't going to get film noir. So we knew that chances were pretty good that we'd get something okay. And we got foreign film.
Well, you know what?
Didn't
you know
really
what? Well, even though you told me
either, but
no, you told me that's a genre that you got. And even then, when I saw the film and Jen was speaking fake French, I said, why did they decide to do that? And it wasn't until the film was over and I was reflecting on it and I go, oh, yeah, it was a foreign film.
We couldn't.
Oh, yeah. And
we could not think of exactly how to do
Joseph's little beret.
Yes.
The little baby with the beret.
It was,
golly.
We just...
So where can people see it?
It'll be online eventually. John has to check with copyright issues because it's going to other little film festivals. And he just didn't want to screw up our chances that if it was out there on the internet, that we were no longer eligible, but I think it's okay. So it'll be out on YouTube or something in a few days, and it was really fun. And kudos to the Green Mountain Film Festival for having a pretty fun event that brings a lot of filmmaking teams together. It was really fun.
People out of the woodwork, and you know what made it even more fun for me?
What?
Well, when I left there, having been, entertained, I went out got in my car, and it wouldn't start.
What?
Yeah! Oh, yeah.
Where were you parked? We were there a little bit longer. We could have helped you.
Well, no, I did. I got a ride home in the end.
Oh, my God, Kristina.
Yeah, the car's dead. The car's gone.
Oh, that's why you're driving the truck, not because the road was so super icy.
Yeah, no. It's because the car is...
I was going to say to you, all winter long you've driven your car, and today you decided to break out the truck? I
know. Well, I wanted to tell you what was wrong with my car.
What?
Ready? Sit back. It's going to take a while.
Okay. Sitting back.
It had loose wires to the starter. That was why it didn't start.
Oh, yeah.
Inexplicably. Do you think somebody's trying to sabotage me?
Mine have had that too before.
Okay.
And I've also thought that because people have occasionally tried to sabotage my car. But
yeah,
I think it might be a Subaru thing. All right.
Yeah. Okay. It had an expired inspection, which I didn't realize from December. It had an engine light. The check engine light was on.
Oh, mine is too.
Yeah, but this one actually had something behind it. It wasn't just
the O2 sensor?
It was the converter, the catalytic converter.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
And also a data bus malfunction. Did you have that one too?
I don't know what that one means, but I've had the catalytic converter now replaced twice.
Yep, I had that.
Good times.
Exhaust leak.
Oh, yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah.
Our cars are soul sisters.
I know.
Mine's going to be dead when I go out there now.
I'm not done.
Okay, go.
It needs new left front ball joint. It needs new spark plugs. It needs new bushings on the control arm in two places.
I got those ones. I got those ones like 6 months ago. So.
Okay, and the head gaskets are leaking. That's like
head gasket goes always on Subarus.
That's like a $3,000 job there.
Yep. When I bought my Subaru, I bought it. It's a really nice car. Generally, had no rust or anything, but I got it for almost under $3,000 because the head gasket was about to be needing to be replaced, and they said that's going to cost you another $3,000. So immediately, my car costs twice.
That's what happened to mine when the engine blew in Troy. Then I had to buy a new engine. So same,
oh my God, you've already replaced
right?
the engine?
Yeah. So
I guess it's time now.
I'm overjoyed to get done with this lemon. But the question is, how do you buy a car when you have no money?
I don't know. See, people always, whenever I post or tell people about whatever car trouble I'm having right then, everybody gets on there and says, shoot your car, get a new car, get a different car. And I just want to be like, guys, that's a really obvious fix. Like, don't you people think that like I would get a new car if I could get a new car? Yeah. Like, you kind of have to gamble. You have to kind of say, well, maybe this $600 will eke me through another 6 months. You have to do that if you're poor. You can't just be like, plus my ex-husband ruined my credit. I have no possible way to even get a car loan. Yeah. Like everything that people tell me to do
those of us
is actually impossible.
Yeah, those of us who have been single mothers, we tend not to have very good credit.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be like a dummy or a martyr and be like, I'm just gonna deal with this car to the bitter end. No, I hate dealing with the car trouble. I would love a new car.
Yeah.
So.
But you would be proud of me because this morning, driving the truck,
Yeah.
I did the one finger salute like this.
The wave.
I did it to the guy in front of me.
If you're in the car.
There was a guy in front of me with a lawnmower, and I thought I was going to have to be behind him all the way down to South Royalton. Luckily, he turned at the rec field, and so I gave him the salute because I wanted him to know, like, hey, man, I'm really glad.
Thanks for leaving.
Thanks for turning. So I don't know if he saw me, but it felt good. But I was still a little tentative about it. I felt like, did I do that smoothly enough so that it looked natural? Or did it look contrived?
I worry about flipping the one finger up because I make, you're viewing it from a distance. Are they sure that it's your pointer finger and not the middle one? And are they sure that you're not gesturing for them to wait a minute? Like that's...
Oh, yeah. Well, then you'd wave. I think in Vermont, you got to actually stick your arm out the window to flag somebody down to get them to stop. I don't think you can just lift one finger. Okay. I don't think that works.
All right.
Just generally speaking. So.
All right, good. Somebody should write a pamphlet on the different car hand gestures and what they mean.
Yeah.
And there's a couple obvious.
And they're regional. I'm sure they're regional.
Yeah.
They'd be different, say, in Louisiana.
Right.
And probably even in Windsor County, for that matter. That's a long way down.
I think in Louisiana, people probably flip the bird just as a friendly thing.
Think so?
Well, it is the Bible Belt. Friendly folk there.
Yeah. Oh, I miss those days.
Days living in Louisiana and eating shrimp and gumbo. What are you talking about?
I'm making it up.
Okay.
I've never lived in the South. Never, ever.
You know what I hate?
What?
I hate dang oversized cotton balls. I'm so sick of them. They've bothered me all morning. And I have to get this off my chest.
What?
When you buy cotton balls, like to put witch hazel or
God, if you're going to talk about that,
hip oil on your face, you squirt the stuff into the cotton ball, and people think plus size cotton balls, like that's a good thing. It's not. You squirt your stuff into the cotton balls, and it's immediately absorbed, and you try to put it on your face, and it's like you're rubbing a dry cotton ball on your face. Nobody should make oversized cotton balls. What is their purpose?
There's a really simple solution for this problem.
You can't rip them in half. I tried, Kristina. They're fibrous, and they're not even real cotton. They're some sort of like fibrous-y, plasticky
How about
thing.
kind of squeezing just one area and applying the witch hazel to the one?
All I know is that this morning I spent 10 minutes just fuming about why they have big flashy letters like, now 10 times bigger or some stupid.
Is that why you were late today?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
That's exactly what it was.
Feeling bad for you, but not a lot. Just
all right.
Kind of a
Sorry,
little...
I just had to get that off my chest.
Well, then I'm going to tell you about cat throw up.
Hey, there's a reason to have oversized cotton balls.
No. Okay, there was just one today.
Might need extra oversized cotton balls, like a whole handful of them.
No.
Who?
There was
Noodle?
just one. Yeah.
Maybe if you didn't name your cats after food.
No, this one.
No,
it was better today. It was kind of dry, and it sounded a lot more dramatic than it actually was.
Oh,
good. When they sound like really like whoa, that's a wad, but it really wasn't too bad. Yep.
During the movie filming last weekend, we had to coach the kids on how to dry heave. And that,
of course you did.
I mean,
because they were acting. I remember that part of the scene where they did that.
Yeah,
they didn't know how to do that.
And I think one of my sisters just said, like, think of a cat when they were doing it. So,
that's good.
It helped.
But Kristina. The problem with kids doing that. I mean, a kid will start throwing up seeing another kid throw up.
I know.
I mean,
nobody really threw up though. It was play throwing up.
Yeah, but did anybody actually end up gagging because they were pretending?
No.
Okay,
shockingly.
Good. All right.
But Ira does have a usually very sensitive gag reflex.
You come from good stock.
I was surprised. I have not thrown up. I've thrown up once since I was 2 years old.
Yeah,
but my kid Ira throws up like daily. So.
Yeah. TMI.
Yeah. Sorry. It's like your cats.
You could have stopped
every day. You could share a cat throwing up story, and I could share a child throwing up.
Well, if it's going to get to that point, I think we should quit being DJs before we get thrown off the air. Yeah, I kind of do.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we don't have to play music yet. Is it raining again?
What are you?
Or is it just melting? It's warm down here.
I hear something.
It's dripping.
Wait a minute. Just be really quiet for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. It's raining.
I think
it's raining.
Are you sure it's not just dripping?
It's probably the sprinkler system. Because
of the
remember that
fire.
electrical smell?
I don't smell it now.
I don't
do you?
either.
Okay, we're safe.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
People walking on the ball field out there with an umbrella, so I guess that means it is raining. Not just dripping.
It's making me sleepy.
I know.
I
tried
just
to get
fell
all my
asleep.
yawns out before we went on the air.
Yeah, it just started to kind of doze off. And then I said, wait a minute, you can't do
nice
that.
to fall asleep in here?
Yeah,
we could
with
just
this
bring
nice
pillows and after...
Look at the nice flooring. I don't have wall-to-wall carpeting in my house.
No, mine neither. This is seeing some hard times, though. This flooring. This carpeting.
Yeah, I was kind of being facetious because
Okay.
I did used to have this in my house and I tore it all out.
Really? In your house, there was wall-to-wall carpeting?
Oh, everywhere. Upstairs, second floor, completely. In the
Ooh.
bathrooms, everywhere. And it was all moldy.
Ew.
Yeah, I had to pull it out. And
I don't like that stuff.
the rubbish guy made so much money off me because I did so much demolition. It's not even funny.
I love your house. Now, I could never picture wall-to-wall carpet in your house. Your house is not a wall-to-wall carpet kind of house.
No, well, it was disgusting wall-to-wall carpeting.
Ugh.
Yep.
Bad word.
Yeah. Well, it is time for music, actually.
Ow.
And I have some really cool tracks today that I just spontaneously pulled out of a hat.
Whoa. What are they?
I mean, iTunes. iTunes is my hat. All right, we've got this one called Old Outlaws. And
Who sings this, Kristina? Or is it even a singing thing?
yeah, it's an apple farmer from Shelburne named Nick Coles.
Oh, yeah. I think we
know
bought
him.
apple crates from him years ago. Doesn't he sell apple crates? Does he do woodworking kind of on the side, too?
Yeah,
I think it's that guy.
he's
then.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's very cool. So let's see if we can get this going.
He's got dirty, greasy hair. His chin's all just stubble. He's looking at you straight, but he's seeing you double. His memory's fading. He remembers when he was a child, free and wild. All the women have loved him in spite of his ways. The same reasons they've loved him or why they couldn't stay. His memories fading. He remembers the stars in their eyes, those beautiful eyes. Old outlaws, they live alone 'cause their friends are all dead or in jail. Old outlaws don't know where they're coming from, don't know where they're going these days. They just sit in the haze of a bar with their back to the wall, hoping somebody would notice they're still alive and living. La 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 la, la, free as the wind. He lives in a cabin with no running water, but the river runs clear Down from the mountain, his memories fading. He remembers the stars in their eyes, those beautiful eyes. Old outlaws, they live alone 'cause their friends are all dead or in jail. Old outlaws don't know where they're coming from, don't know where they're going these days. They just sit in the haze of the bar with their backs to the walls, hoping somebody would notice they're still alive and living. La 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 la, free as the wind. La 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 la, free as the wind. La 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 la, free as the wind.
Woo.
Does that song actually end?
I don't know. It confused us. There was
Yeah.
still some hooting and hollering going on.
There's some people enjoying it somewhere in some time gone by, many years ago. Because I think that recording's fairly old by now.
Oh,
just
really?
just like me.
You're not
fairly
old,
old.
Kristina.
I'm fairly old.
You're not even fairly
I'm-
old.
How about I'm fairly mature? How about that?
You're.
I'm ripe.
I don't like that
Oh,
word. That word has a
okay.
weird
Nah.
sexual undertones, doesn't it? Doesn't the word ripe have like,
Yes, for the picking.
or
Yeah,
just there's
sure it does.
something? I mean, no, not that you're not, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
it's just a weird word to describe somebody by.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, no, how would you describe
it's
me
like
then? Go
over
ahead.
fat blackberries, like about to burst in goo, and yeah. I have no description for you. You're Kristina. You need no description.
Okay.
Your description changes kind of daily. You're an ever evolving Kristina.
Yeah, that is so much true. Yeah, because the more Danishes I eat.
No, I didn't mean like that. God.
No, but the Barnard store, I tell you, I go out of my way. Well, it was actually on my way, but I
the
do.
Barnard store.
I take the extra time to park the car, go into the Barnard store, go in the back there, get the Danish, get the coffee. I'd highly recommend it for anybody.
I gave Barnard General Store 5 stars on my parenting
five,
blog because they have the nice old fashioned ice cream counter there, and you can basically step off their front porch and be in Silver Lake, which is super handy in the summer with kids because you go there and you eat the best food served on a paper plate anywhere in Vermont, and then your kids are disgusting afterward. So you just take them across the street and you stick them in and you wash them, and you're all not sticky and everybody's happy, and it's the best.
I love it.
that place.
I love it. The other place where I was this week was the Putney General Store, also a 5-star establishment.
Whoa, I can't picture it right now. I know I've been in, but I can't picture it.
Oh my gosh. It's right off the highway. And it's one of those small to mid-sized co-ops that doesn't seem to want or need to get bigger. It's got a place you can sit down and eat. You can run in and I got a vegetarian panini.
I love the word panini, don't you?
Yeah, I didn't really know what it was. I can never remember what a panini
It's a
is.
squash flat toasted cheese sandwiches.
Okay, yeah.
Sort
Now,
of
now I kind of tried to memorize
Like
it.
they
When I got
squish
it,
it.
I looked at it and I said, "Remember this. This is a panini. This is what they look like." It's kind of like a grilled cheese with things in it that are beyond the cheese. They go way beyond the cheese.
Right.
Like
and
really
just squashed. It's like anything that's been squashed.
Yeah, with a big metal anvil.
And you leave
Just squish
Panini
it. You can use
marks.
a concrete block.
What the hell?
Well, I'm just saying, if you want to make one at home, you know.
My father-in-law, Bill, uses old those cast iron irons.
Yes, andirons. I have some.
Yeah, he puts them on his old cook stove.
Of course he does.
And then he sticks them on top of the toasted cheese sandwiches, and it makes them cook faster.
Why didn't I remember that? I'm always struggling with lids that don't, or
so cool.
or taking a plate. You know, when you take a china plate and you put it on your grilled cheese, it's not quite heavy enough.
No.
Especially if you use thick bread.
Puts the iron, and then it has like a big iron mark on it when you eat it. I just think it's neat.
I like that. And I also have those, the kind of device that you put the grilled cheese sandwich in to roast it over a fire.
Oh.
What do you call those?
That like little clamp griddle
The clamper device with a handle, the long handle.
Is it the mesh kind or it's solid?
No, I actually have both. I have both.
Cast iron.
Yeah, cast
clamper
iron
press.
I
squisher.
invested the big bucks in the cast iron
Whoa.
1 year because I thought it was so cool.
They're cool.
Yeah, I got to pull them out of the basement, start using them again.
Yeah, it's about to be summer.
Yeah, it's just
you
my
can go
kids.
Outside and make your grilled cheese out there.
I know. I would like to. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I do that? Yeah.
I don't. Just because it's so easy to turn on your stove and just make it right there. But
yeah,
for the heck of it, you could make a grilled cheese out in your front yard.
Yeah, I have been eating out.
We have too so much lately because we've just been so busy. And you know what? I kind of looked at our grocery budget, and it's similar whether you eat out or you buy groceries. I think it's healthier.
Well, it depends
to get groceries.
on what
it depends.
Eating out you're
exactly.
doing, but when you have kids, your options are limited. So
that is also true. But I just noticed that it's not a whole lot different.
Well, that's good.
Because we have really picky kids, and a lot of food at our house gets wasted because we are always trying new things on them, and they'll take 2 bites, and they're like, oh, I hate this, and then you have to make them something different. And so I never want to stop kind of pushing the new things and just let them eat, buttered noodles constantly or whatever, but it does waste a ton of food.
You should have a food pickup every week where your friends can come over and get what's not being eaten
leftovers
by your kids, and we'll take it. I'll take it.
John, he's just like, Papas are always just like the garbage disposal of the world.
Yeah.
It was very funny because when I first started seeing John, or when we first just became friends, he was a single, bachelor guy who, he's got lots of nieces and nephews, but he didn't spend a ton of time just around kids. And, my kids would leave a whole sandwich or something on their plate, and I'd be like, you want this? And he would kind of get the willies and be like, oh, no. And, little by little, he started to accept eating those leftovers. And now he will eat like a piece of bread that's been licked. He ate a licked all over pretzel the other day, like that was soggy, that the child ate, because he's done. He's lost all.
Good. He's gotten over the germ.
Leftover eating inhibitions.
It's germ sharing.
Yep, I think he figures
it's a deep thing when you're finally willing to germ share with another person.
I think it's the
GS.
The actual mark of an actual parent is when they do that.
Yeah, and it's healthy because it strengthens your immune system to germ share. I think we have to look at it that way instead of being scared. Just like, come on, let's do a little more germ sharing and bring the world together. Let us all be one.
Yes,
just like Coca-Cola.
What?
We are the one, the world. What is that?
I don't know. I don't even drink Coca-Cola. I think if you
it's the real
put Coca-Cola in your toilet, it unclogs it.
Oh, toilets! I wanted to talk about it.
Oh, good.
Oh, God. I'm so glad you brought that up because do you remember last week I was having that issue?
No.
There's always some kind of big issue going on with that stuff at my house. Yeah, the downstairs toilet was clogged up. So, guess what?
Yeah, I do. I do remember
and
this.
I was looking online at snakes and stuff, or I almost called the plumber, but I said, no. Excuse me. I'm going to go buy baking soda. I bought 4 boxes, and I came home and I boiled 4 kettles successively of water, and I would just pour a whole box in, pour the boiling water, and it would gurgle, and then, nothing. Then I just did it a whole bunch of times. It finally worked. So,
okay.
So
you should do Coca-Cola. It's supposed to unclog your toilet too.
Well, okay. Actually, I shouldn't say because if it works.
I guess it works. It also, if you put
Does it take the porcelain off
a child's tooth in it, it will dissolve it overnight and it'll be disappeared.
That is terrifying.
I know. That's why it doesn't go in my mouth.
But seltzer doesn't do that, right?
No. Seltzer is just water with carbonation. It's not carbonation that does this. It's the chemicals and the sugars and all that does it. So, yeah, I love seltzer water. And any fizzy water is good, but...
Okay, I'll try to find out
something.
Soda,
no.
I'll come back next week with something bad about seltzer for you. Well, first of all, where does the water come from, right?
If you just use your own water?
Well, what if it comes... Oh, do you? Do you have a seltzer maker?
We have a soda stream, so you just take your tap water and then you stick it in and you go voot, 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 and you push the button 3 times and it fills it with bubbles and then you have fizzy water.
Okay. I stand corrected. So I wanted to tell you about my trip to the Wayside.
You went without me?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I would have taken you, but it was in an impromptu decision.
Okay.
And here's why it happened.
And your car was dead.
Yes, but I was with a friend in another vehicle. So because we had gone to pick up the car. I guess that's why. And I wasn't planning to go to the Wayside. We were going to go to the co-op and eat at the co-op because all the healthy food and everything. So we get in the co-op and I'm walking around. I had a few things to buy and I walked past the deli and I immediately spotted my hackles went up on the back of my neck. And I saw these 2 people and they were the 2 people that I would the least want to bump into at the grocery store. You know those people?
Always.
You know those people, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You have a list, a short list of maybe
absolutely.
5 that, like, if I'm going to go in there, you try to pick a time, you're not going to bump into them. Well, there they were.
So
I ran into the bulk section.
Hide in the bulk section.
I went to hide in the bulk section.
Only the true hardcore hippies go in there.
Yeah, I know. I feel really proud that I still shop in the bulk section.
Yeah.
It's cool. So I was hanging out there, and thank goodness I'm saying, oh, where's my friend? Where's my friend? I hope he figures out that, I've disappeared into the bulk section. So he found me, and I whispered to him what was going on. I said, I am a coward. I am a coward. It's the coward's way out. Could we go to the Wayside?
Did you make him pay for your groceries so you didn't have and scoot to the car?
No, I just took the closest line that was against the wall. So it's sort of not in the middle of things. And then I had forgot to get something, so he went running to get it. And it was very high drama.
I have totally been in that situation.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm also to the point now where even, most of the people in the world I don't dislike. I pretty much like everybody, but when I'm in the grocery store and I see somebody that I know, I kind of pretend that I didn't see them.
Everybody does this.
I feel horrible, but I'm just like, I'm in a hurry and I don't want to. I like them. They're nice people, but we're going to stand there for, 5 or 10 awkward, uncomfortable minutes and just exchange chit-chat about whatever. And I am so much in a rush. And so I have this thing where I never make eye contact and I hope that they think that I didn't see them.
I think that's acceptable.
I feel horrible.
No, I believe it's acceptable behavior because if everybody's doing it, it's just a way of quietly signaling to another person that you're in a hurry. It's not rude. I really don't think it is. If somebody makes a big deal of it in their mind, that's their problem.
Here comes the train.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I wanted to tell you, like, one of these guys that corners me at the co-op, he always corners me with these truly obscure guitar questions.
Oh, God.
Yeah, partly because I was married to a guitar maker, so then I become the sort of traveling diplomat representing this guitar world. And then, a half an hour later, we'll be talking about his dysfunctional family. That's how the conversation goes. Right. It goes from...
It's just an opener so that you have to provide, like, therapy.
Yeah. And they're really hard questions that he starts with, like, tell me about the Model M guitar and what kind of wood is on the headstock, What? And it's just like, man. Anyway, so that's the one. And then the other that I saw, it's the other guy's a little more subtle, and it really depends on his mood, whether it's going to be a good encounter or a bad encounter. But he's the type that always gets me engaged with these probing. He likes to probe my personal life.
Oh, ouch.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's kind of probing to find out. He's somebody that used to, what do you say? somebody who's had an unrequited crush on you for decades. Mm-hmm. That's this type of person. And so they want to find out that things are not going well in your life.
Right.
They're
makes
looking
them happy.
Yeah.
To point out all the inadequacies in your inadequacies. That's a nice word. Inadequacies that you are feeling, so that maybe they can point out how you wouldn't be feeling them if you were with them.
It just bolsters their self-esteem because they're still miserable.
Right. Super.
You know, we're all alike. I'm probably like that. I'm probably like that guy.
No, you're not.
I got to think about it. I got to meditate on that.
I don't think you are.
Oh, man, I'm so depressed.
I was having a perfectly lovely morning 2 days ago, and all of a sudden, like, John's like, "Come here!" And I came down, and so, like, a bunch of little deer had been grazing in our orchard where they always graze deer. Yeah. And our dog was barking out the door, and they didn't care because our dog doesn't actually chase anything. Our dog just barks at things, but she doesn't chase them. And so they just ignored her, and they kept eating. And after a while, they decided it was time to go. And so they all hop over the fence, and they go up toward the stable where they're munching some more. And the last little deer, it was kind of like a baby-looking one. It tried to jump, and it like kind of fell back, and then it stumbled up and jumped again, and it fell back on the ground again. And so John ran out, and then he's yelling, come here, get your camera." And like it's alive, and it's all stunned and kind of in this weird. He thinks it hit its head, and
You think it hurt itself from jumping?
Yeah, somehow it hurt itself from jumping. And I run out with the camera, and I get there, and it dies. It's dead. And I'm sad because it's so... I've never seen like one... I have it, zoos, or I've seen dead ones, unfortunately, all the time during hunting season at my dad's house and wherever. But it was just so much realer and prettier than I remembered. It was so pretty, and it was fat and fluffy, and it looked so healthy, and everyone's always talking about how they're coated in ticks and stuff. It was just like smooth and fluffy and perfect looking, and I was so sad that it was dead. And I was trying to get John to do like CPR on it like he does with the sheep, but it was clearly already dead. It couldn't do anything. And so we called the game warden, and it did. It was perfectly healthy little baby buck deer, and it whacked its head going over the over the fence, and it broke its neck and died right there. And it was so sad.
That's like we had a little rabbit once that was we kept in a box.
Yeah.
And rabbits will sometimes jump up. Little baby rabbits will jump up on the side of the box and break their necks.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And on that happy note,
music, please.
Oh, gosh. We'll try to pick it up a little bit when we come back after this
so
song.
Delicate. Things should be made better. This is a design flaw.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think we've uncovered quite a few design flaws.
Yeah. How can I get a concussion from having my head hit with a basketball? Yeah. Why are there even basketballs then? Why do we have heads?
I don't know.
Why aren't we like armadillos?
Hey,
play this music.
This is unbelievable.
Play the funky music, white girl.
The next song is called Hard Times.
Oh.
Isn't that awesome?
Gosh, play it quickly.
Yeah, I think it's Keith Murphy.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Come on, you good people, I'll sing you a song about the poor people, how they get along. They start in the spring and finish up in the fall. And when it's all over, they've nothing at all. And it's hard time. You go out in the morning on a drift still, and it's over the side. You will hear the line knell, and out flows the jigger and freeze with the cold. And as for starting, all gone in the hole. And it's hard time. Well, the fine side of fishing we'll have by and by. The fine side of fishing we'll have a goodbye. $7 for large, $6.50 for small. Take out your West Indian, you've nothing at all. And it's hard time. When you've got some split and hung out for to dry, it'll take all your time for to brush off the flies. To keep off the maggots is more than you'll do. Then out comes the sun and they're all split in two. And it's hard, hard times. Comes the carpenter to build you a house. He will build it so snug you will scarce find a mouse. But the roof it will leak and the rain it will pour. The chimney will smoke and it's open the door. And it's hard, hard time. Then next comes the doctor, the worst of them all, saying what's been the matter with you all of all. He says he can cure you of all your disease. When the money's all gone, you can die if you please. And it's hard, hard times. So the best thing to do is to work with a will. When it's all over and you're hauled on the hill, you're hauled on the hill and put down in the cold. Well, you're dead in your grave, but you're still in the hole. And it's hard, hard time.
Panpipe in there?
I think it was whistles, like Irish whistles.
Oh.
That kind of thing.
A penny whistle.
Yeah, that was Keith from Brattleboro. I was there this week.
Brattleboro?
I got around. Well, you did too.
My grandparents used to live in Brattleboro, so I was there a lot when I was little.
Oh.
I don't go there that often now.
Yeah, I like it down there.
Isn't it very close to a nuclear power plant?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why they were a little more concerned down there with the eventual resolution of that issue.
Oh, yeah.
But I had a guitar lesson. I didn't give one. I didn't give
What?
one. I got one.
For real?
Yeah, I got yeah, it was fun. Everybody should do it sometimes. Yeah, because I'm getting back into Celtic music and I want to switch tunings.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I'm going to switch my tuning. And I went to this guy who's really good at that particular tuning. And I said, come on, help me just up my game here.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And for anybody who is a guitar player and wants to have this great tool called the Slow Downer. Some people already know about it, but it's called the Amazing Slow Downer. And you can take a tune, like a fiddle tune, and it'll slow it down and keep it in the same pitch, and you can learn to play it slowly.
How does it keep it in the same pitch if it slows it down?
That's the magic. Magic.
Is this a computer tool?
Yes.
Oh, of course. It's not like one of those fret clamps that you stick on and suddenly you're playing in slow-mo and you're...
No, it's a modern device.
Modern devices are mysterious.
Yeah, so where are you going to be tomorrow night at 7?
Oh, we're going to be at the Royalton. I like to say it that way. Royalton Community Radio 3rd birthday party fundraiser. Is it going to be at the Academy building again?
Let's read the poster.
Let's do that.
Royalton Academy building.
Is it start at 6? Kristina and
Oh my gosh, I thought it was 7.
I did
no,
too.
It's 6. It says 6.
Crud-ola. We might not get there until 7 then.
It says 6 to 10.
There's going to be good music. There's going to be good food. I recall the food being phenomenal last year.
There's going to be radio celebrities. Like Andy Mueller. I bet he's going to be there. Who else? All the big guys. The Todd Tyson. He's pretty big. Who else is big?
He is big. Is he like 6'4"?
He's a. Yeah.
Everybody looks big to me because I'm down there hovering just above 5 feet.
Yeah.
I was 5'2".
I don't know.
My last doctor's appointment, they said I was 5'1".
Wow, I don't know if I
What's
know
going
anybody
on?
As short as you.
Yes, you do. Everyone in my family is short, is shorter than me even.
No,
so.
I know. We're not particularly tall in my family, except my brothers. But my parents are short.
You mean everybody except for you.
Well, I mean, my parents are short, and my who else is short? My parents.
You're not that short.
I'm taller than. Well, maybe my dad is about the same height as me, and my mom is shorter.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say that you're
big guy.
average height for a woman.
Why, thank you. I like being average.
Not meaning it as an insult, but
I'll take anything. I'll even take an insult if that's all I can get.
But anyway, the whole point was that anybody who's anybody is going to be at the fundraiser.
And they're going to be
night.
like two big fat slacker DJs there, like
who will probably be late.
Yeah.
Because that's what slacker DJs do.
And there'll be music playing of some live.
I'm just wicked excited about the food because I do remember loving that food last time. Like it was just so good.
I felt a little guilty eating it.
Why?
That was the only downside.
We paid our dues for like the first time ever then.
I don't know. I just felt guilty. I think it was because there were some DJs in the kitchen that were cleaning.
Oh, well,
I felt like, how could I be eating when they're cleaning? I felt so slacker, like doubly slackered. So I felt
embrace the
slackered out. It's not that we don't like working. We love work.
I like to work.
I just like a specific job. Like, tell me what to do.
Yeah, I'm not good at just going and taking over some sort of job. I need a. You're right.
And it has to be appropriate to our personalities.
Delegated to me.
Yeah, like we're good at, I don't know, digging ditches. We can do that pretty good.
I'm great.
Put up fences.
Yep, I can do that.
But they didn't need that for the fundraiser.
No.
No.
We sold merch last year, didn't we? Or did we sell raffle tickets?
We sat at a table doing something.
We sold door prize raffle tickets, I think, last year. We were good at that.
We were okay. I don't think we were great.
It didn't even have any money involved, so I didn't have to count change wrong like I always do.
Yeah, when people start talking to me on a social level while I'm trying to do a job, that can be a disaster. That could be
Well, that's why there's two of us.
Yeah, tag team.
So it'll be okay.
Like you could watch and see when I'm getting really weirdly off track, and you can. Oh God. Anyway, so a shout out to one of my kitchen appliances. If you're listening.
Who? No, which one?
It's I get really emotional when I think about it.
You think about your KitchenAid? What is it?
My coffee grinder.
Oh God. I don't even care about your. I don't drink coffee, so I have no.
You don't be mean about it.
Your coffee grinder.
You can use coffee grinders for all kinds of things.
Is it partially clear and partially tan, and do you have to push down the top? And does it go like really loudly when everyone else in the house is sleeping?
Have you met my coffee grinder?
No, I've met John's coffee grinder, and I am not a fan. It's so loud, and he does it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, back off.
Okay.
I got my coffee grinder as a gift 21 years ago from my friend Jaime, who's a Colombian. He's a Colombian.
So it's a real coffee grinder.
He brought it from Miami, and it's lasted all this time. It's my favorite, most loyal kitchen appliance.
What brand is it? Is it brandless? Did the brand wear off years ago?
Yeah, actually, we had two for a while. Maybe that's the one that broke.
Oh, good. You're being loyal to the wrong areas.
Anyway, just thought I'd just a little.
That's nice. I hope it's listening.
Yeah.
Did you leave your radio on in the kitchen just so it could hear this?
No, I do that sometimes for the cats, but
I actually leave the radio on at night for the dog sometimes. Classical. I'm trying to make her smarter.
I was at somebody's house and they left their pets at home all day, and the music they had on, the most like heart-wrenching music. What's her name? The woman who sings so beautifully, who did Fields of Gold, who passed away from cancer at a very young age.
What?
I walk into this place and the dog and cat are being subjected to this unbelievably emotional music all day long. It's way too loud. They can't get away from it. I felt like
they
it was
have an
child
internet
abuse.
station that's just for pets. And there's a TV
What is
station
that?
too. Like it's supposed to be music that's tested that pets enjoy.
Yeah, right.
Well, you think there's music that they hate.
No, it's the volume and it was the emotionality of it that was too
You don't want
too
squeaky
strong.
stuff. They can hear higher pitches than we can. So you don't want like to bother their ears with that squeaky.
Yeah, I just when
Don't
when the
give them
music is
opera.
so big that it's kind of almost like a physical presence in a room, that is too loud for an animal.
Yeah,
That's
they have
one-
sensitive ears.
Well, it's one thing if you want to sit down and have an emotional experience for 5 minutes and you want to listen to a song and cry, that's fine. But don't subject your dog to that
No.
just because you have to go to work for 10 hours.
yeah.
Man,
My dog is so cranky this morning because she's always cranky, just like I am on the bad Friday when the kids go away, and so she mopes, and then she does something naughty usually. Like she thinks it's my fault that they go away, and she gets like really mad. So then she chews up something.
Oh.
So I have to. Usually she's fine. You just put her in, the house, and she's fine. But on the bad Friday, you have to doubly dog proof and look around and make sure what is she going to think of that will really hurt my feelings that she chews up. So I have to look around. And I definitely had to move the kids' Easter baskets because we had Easter early this morning because they're going to be gone this weekend. And I moved those because I knew she'd try to chew those up. So dogs are complex little beings.
Mm-hmm.
I just love them, though. I like dogs better than like anything.
Well, they've taken on some of the complexity of their human compatriots.
They do. They
I
absorb
believe.
your own emotions.
They do. They've evolved with us and have taken on some of our strange codependency habits.
I'm a super dork, though. If I see a dog out in public or in a car next to me, I'm like, "Hi, dog! Hi, dog! Are you driving?" Because they love to, the dogs like to go in the driver's seat. If you vacate your car, they have to sit only in the driver's seat. That's like
Yeah, they do.
They have to let everybody know that for a minute that they are the driver.
Yeah, I almost got bit by a dog this week, I think. I did.
no.
Well, I was in Petco. I'm sorry that I shopped there. I apologize, but I had to. I needed cat food. I went in there. I don't like the big corporate pet food stores necessarily, but I had to. And so this woman had a dog on a leash, and they were coming towards me, and they were blocking the aisle because the dog was stretching across the aisle. And it I stood there for a minute, and so I just leaned down instinctively to say hi to the dog, and it looked up at me like it was going to bite me. And I thought, that was stupid.
You should it's not stupid.
No, you should
bitey dogs should not go in Petco.
Well, I know. I guess I guess that was part of what was going on at supersonic speed in my brain. Is like nobody would bring a dog into Petco that was
people are dumb.
was not
sometimes.
a people dog. Yeah. So I just kind of straightened up and went upon my merry way.
I feel
to get
like
the cat
really
food.
offended when dogs don't like.
Me too. It
me.
hurts my feelings.
The clock is not on now. How do we know when to end this show?
There's a clock here. I'm kind of watching it. We do have to go soon.
Okay.
Now, anytime. Because we're going to cut this song short as it is.
Oh,
but
geez.
if you come to our podcast this weekend, find us on Facebook, find us at 11thhourradio.com.
Or on
Go
iTunes.
Subscribe to us on iTunes, and you'll get the full Monty. You'll get all the songs not cut off.
And Kristina usually tries to fix the big bad mistakes that we make when we're on the air too.
Well, I don't usually.
Nice
I don't change any of our dialogue. I
Oh
don't
no,
mess
but
with
you
it.
change like when we've messed up technically, you change it.
Occasionally,
and make it so
if
it's not messed up.
if it's
technically any
overly
longer.
extensive,
All right, folks, have a lovely holiday weekend if you celebrate. Peeps totally. They don't explode if you put them in the microwave. They implode. They like suck in and then they blast up and they cover your whole microwave with yellow goo.
Oh my God, I just got so scared when you said that.
Yeah, I'm just, if you don't feel like celebrating, you could just blow up some Peeps. Because that's really fun too.
I'll remember that.
Okay.
I don't know why, but
And other than that, we'll see you next Friday.
okay. Thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Watching trees pass reminds me of old friends. Sun reflects white off the chrome. Driven so far I can't remember when I last saw my home. I'm going home. She's tired from driving all night. I know if we can just cross that New York border, we'll make it home by first light. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Light all around me, the stars growing bright. Feel my heart pounding inside. Lines on the road mesmerize, hypnotic feel of the road. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. The soft whisper of your breath on my neck, the moon and the stars in your eyes. Thoughts of you are driving me home. The wheels of the car, they just glide. I'm going home.